What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning back in, and I hope you've had a blessed one. Tell me something good. There's not a single person that has gotten the career they want, the lifestyle they want, the partner they want, without first letting go of something. So I have this question for you. How much are you willing to sacrifice? How much are you willing to let go? There are so many things that hold us back apart from ourselves. That could be the people we hang around with, the habits we have, the lifestyle we have, the mindset we have, the anger we have, the emotions we have. And so these things hold us back from allowing us to move into the next step, allowing us to move onto the next stage of our lives. You see, the problem is that we think it's okay. We think it's okay that we hold on to the old. We feel like we can still take on forward the new things coming in while holding on to the old. We feel as nothing can stop us, nothing can slow us down. But this is where we go wrong. This is where we start to allow the pride and the ego to win. Because the ego says, I am greater than God. The ego says, I'm okay the way I am. I don't want an okay life. I'm guessing you don't either. So there was a lot of things that I had to let go of, a lot of things that I had to sacrifice. And I'll name just a couple. And maybe while I name these, you can think of your own and see if any of these reflect onto your life and you are able to meditate on these thoughts and analyze whether some of these are things that you yourself need to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice time. I had to sacrifice friends. I had to sacrifice habits. I had to sacrifice lifestyles, sacrifice emotions that I held in, material things. I had to sacrifice a whole lot in order to start finally moving in the direction that I want. And for a time I felt like it was okay. For a time I felt like, no, there's no way I need to let go of this in order to get this. I just need to work towards getting to this. I just need to work towards getting this job. Right? And little did I know that these things that I was holding on to were actually holding me back. So what did I have to do? I had to work backwards. It's like debt, right? Let's say you owe $2,000 in debt. And let's say you have $2,000 in your bank. How much money do you have? You guessed it. You have zero. Because that money is owed actually to the debt. The $2,000 you have, that's not yours. So what do you have to do now? You can't move forward with this money that you have. Now you have to move backwards. Now you have to start paying, you know, what you bought before. So this is why I say you gotta move backwards, because now you gotta reanalyze your life. You gotta think back. You have to take a look at the things that maybe you have done, the things you have held on to, and analyze those things. The old stuff. And you have to see what works for you now, what doesn't. And you have to make the important choice, the important decision to say, I'm gonna let go of this because it's holding me back. And it is. Whether that's a lifestyle that you have. In order to reach a new lifestyle, you have to let go of the old. You can't take the old with you and bring it in the new. It's like the cup. You have a full cup. How are you trying to bring the new into this full cup and it's already full? All you're gonna do is create a mess. All you're gonna do is spill everything that you have, and now you're in chaos. Now you're trying to mix things in that don't mix together. They don't do well together. So if you're trying to be a pastor, you think it's okay to take a lifestyle of doing drugs, of sleeping with prostitutes, of lashing out at people. You think it's okay to take this old and still become a pastor? Absolutely not. So what are things that are holding you back? What are things that you need to sacrifice? Because we all need to sacrifice something. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, there's not one person that has ever gotten further in life without first letting go of their old life. And this is nothing wrong. The thing that's wrong, the thing that's bad about this is the fact that we're not letting go, the fact that we are hooked onto something, the fact that we have made a relationship with something. Things that don't even matter. Things that we aren't able to take forward in the afterlife, for example. We have made a relationship with these things. Things that no longer serve us. And so it's hard to let go because we've been attached to these things for so long. Why? We didn't know better. We maybe caught these things growing up, whether that's smoking weed, whether that's watching porn. So you have to learn to be able to let go of these things. You have to analyze. You have to see, why are you so attached? And how do you do this? You guessed it. You look within yourself. You start meditating. Once you start meditating, you're able to take a step back from these things. You're able to take a step back from this attachment that you have. And now, once you have done this, you're able to analyze and really pay attention to what really matters. What lies within you, your deepest desires. And after that, you just have a choice. You're either gonna follow your deepest desires, or you're gonna stay living the basic life you have been living your whole life, this whole time. It takes discipline, and it takes the courage and the strength to be able to let go. I have another thing I want to say as well. I saw this when I was still on social media. So it talked about a snake. And the snake was slithering around on the ground. It runs into a barbed wire. So the snake's natural instinct is to attack. So what does it do? It grabs onto this barbed wire, it leashes onto it, wraps all around it, and it's holding on tight. And it's hurting. It's hurting so bad, so it just gets more angry and it feels like it needs to attack some more. So it holds on stronger. And the snake eventually dies. Why? Because it was holding on to the barbed wire. It was holding on, feeling like it needed to attack it, it needed to hold on to it. It couldn't learn to let go. Now, why do I talk about this? Because if we don't learn to let go, our dreams, our desires, our higher self is gonna die. We're gonna see our whole life flash before us before we ever get to grow, before we ever get to experience life to the fullest. Because we have habits and lifestyles that we can't learn to let go of. Because we can't seem to learn how to make sacrifices that are necessary. We feel as it's not necessary. And it was the pride and the ego of the snake that killed it. Because it felt like, no, you're gonna attack me, I'm gonna attack you back even stronger. Little did it know it was a barbed wire. And the snake was hurting itself. And it's the same with us. We have our pride and our ego that we can't seem to let go of. And that same ego tells us we don't need anything else. We're okay how we are. Even though we're not fully satisfied today. So here we are. Repeating the same decisions. Living the same lifestyle. Making the same choices every single day. Even though you tell yourself, I want to change. Even though you tell yourself, I want better. When are you going to let go? When are you going to sacrifice? It's all up to you how much time you want to waste. But I say this, if you do it now, the younger, the better. The sooner, the better. The earliest, the better. So please, meditate, please. Just take a day away from these things that you do. And sit with yourself. And analyze your life. Figure out what you want to do from here on out. Because the past is gone. The future is never here. What we do now is what matters. And that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoying the content. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.